A very good morning to everyone. Today we will see on the topic perception. Perception is nothing but understanding something. You have a particular information, then you organize it, you identify it, then you finally interpret it. And the interpretation will also not be in the same way as one person. Each person has their own perceiving styles. And this depends on their own attitudes, their own behaviors, their own experiences. So based on that, perception do differs. For this session, I have referred to sources from Share Slides, Internet Sources, Slides and Images, and I have referred to the book Organizational Behavior by Stephen P. Robbins. Here in this slide, the girl sees number 6, the man sees the number 9. In fact, both are correct. According to the girl, 6 is correct. According to the man, the 9 is correct. No one is wrong in this case. But the man feels the girl is wrong. She is saying it's 6, but I can see it is 9. Same way. The girl says, I am seeing the correct one, 6, and you are seeing the wrong one. It doesn't mean if one person is right, the other man has to be wrong. Correct? It is only because the person has not seen life from the other people's point of view, other people's perception, or other people's side. This is what is perception. Each person's perception do differs. It is only perceiving things in a different way, completely in a different way. It is only because based on the information which the sensory information which they have got, based on that they are perceiving. It is only up to the information they have got. If another person has got more information, he will perceive things in a different way. If a small kid has perceived something, that is only based on the few information which he has. It doesn't mean the person is actually wrong. It is only perceiving things differently. This is what is exactly perception all about. Here, according to this boy, the boy is of the same size as of the dog. So according to him, it is such a big dog. But actually it is a puppy, according to her mom, because this is the size of a puppy. It is a cognitive process by which an individual selects, organizes, and gives meaning to the environment or a stimuli. It is a cognitive process by which an individual he is selecting, he is organizing the information, finally he is giving meaning to the environment or to a stimuli. Boy, according to this boy, it is only because he has seen something which is of same size, huge as the boy himself. So according to him it is very big. But actually it is very small when compared to his mom. So the mom is explaining, no, it is just a puppy. Both are correct. According to the boy, it is a big dog only. According to mom, it is a puppy. Perception refers to the way we try to understand the world around us. Each one understands the world around them in a different way. That is the reason why perception differs. Perceiving things, the style differs. According to Stephen P. Robbins, it is a process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impressions in order to give meaning to their environment. It is a process by which individuals are organizing and interpreting the information, sensory information which they have received, and finally they are coming out with one meaning to their environment or a stimulus. Now we'll see a detailed or a comprehensive definition. Perception includes all those processes by which an individual receives information about his environment through seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, and smelling. The study of these processes shows that their functioning is affected by three classes of variables, that is, the objects or the events which is being perceived, and the environment in which perception occurs, and the individuals doing the perceiving, the individual himself. Therefore, it is composed of six processes: receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting, checking, finally reacting to the stimuli. The entire perception is around this six process. You receive the information, you select what is required for you, then you organize it, then you try to interpret. Finally, you check for it, finally, you react. Perception is a process by which an individual selects, organizes, and interprets into a meaningful and coherent picture of the environment in which he lives. It is a process by which people notice and make sense of information from the environment. They are noticing, then they are making a sense out of the information from the environment. So that is what is perception. Are you able to read this? Do you find this slimpe to write? Do you find this simple to read? Because of the phenomenal power of the human mind, most people do. Yes, it doesn't matter in which order the letters have been spread in, but the entire word you can read it out. This is because of the phenomenal power of the human mind. So everything is actually in the brain, in the mind. What you see, you can actually perceive it in a more better way than it is actually there. Can you read this? I cannot tell, most people do. Only those who knew this language can alone read this. So this is different. Unless you do not know the language, you cannot read it. Next, we'll move on to the factors influencing perception. The factors pertaining to perceiver himself depends to a larger extent. Factors influencing with regards to target, situation, or the environment in which he lives. There are few factors which influences the situation. We'll see all this in detail. Factors in the perceiver. We have attitudes, motives, interest, experience, and expectation. Factors in the situation. We have time, work settings, social setting. Factors in the target. We have novelty, motion, sound, size, background, proximity, and similarity. We'll see all this in detail. First one, we will see factors in the perceiver. First one being attitude. Evaluative statement or judgment concerning objects, people, or values. Reflect how we feel about something. It is based on your own attitude only you can perceive things. If you are happy, obviously you'll see everything around you has something very good and very happy. If you are sad, everything is only in your brain. If you are sad, you will see everything, something going wrong. You will become pessimistic for that entire day. This is what is the reality. Based on your own attitude only, you will perceive the things. It is not the fault of the situation, it is not the fault of the environment, neither it is the fault of the target. It is our own attitude which is helping us to perceive things. Next one being motives. It reflects stimuli that cause to perform particular action. States, goals, purpose perceived by perceiver from event, situations, etc. Whatever you are motivated, which direction you want to go in. Yes, interest to a larger extent will influence the perceiver. It will definitely influence our perception. For example, a hungry person is motivated to recognize only the food items among other articles. His attention cannot be directed towards other things until his interest is changed. Say, for example, one person is hungry and he is going through so many articles for whatever reason. Maybe he is studying for his course. But whatever he opens, he can see something, food items. He is able to quickly recognize that. So that is what, to such an extent, interest plays a very vital role in influencing our perception. Next one is expectation. What is that you are expecting? If you expect that such a thing will happen, yes, you will also perceive in the same way. If you expect such a thing will not happen or it cannot happen, then you will also perceive things in the same way. Next one is experience. Experience plays a very important role in influencing the perceiver. Experience comes from so many things, too much of knowledge which he has read, which he has seen from a over a period of time from his childhood. So based on all these things, his experience of a particular person is helping him to influence, to understand, to perceive things. Experience and knowledge serves as basis for perception, while one's successful experience enhance his perceptive ability. Failure erodes his self-confidence. Successful experience also helps perceiver understand stimuli with more accuracy. But if he has seen failure, if he has done one situation, he has gone through one situation where he has failed. So that will always remain in his brain. Okay, if I do this, this is what will happen. So based on that only, he will perceive things. Next, we'll move on to factors in the situation. The first one being time. It is nothing but at different times we perceive things in a very different way. Say, for example, we are fatigued, or our level of concentration is not good, or if we are not in a very happy mood, or if we are depressed, we will perceive things in very different way. If one person is sick at that time, someone is coming and asking for help, you will perceive a different kind of stimuli about the stimuli, correct? You will react in a very different way. At the same time, when you are happy, something good has happened to you, in that case someone is asking for help, obviously you will go ahead and you will show out what level you can help out others. Next one being work setting. How is the setting, or what kind of setting is being in the work you're doing it, or at your workplace, what is the kind of setting which you can see? Maybe it is the heat, temperature, or the light. So many factors under work settings which actually helps you to perceive things. Next one being social setting. Social perception is that part of perception that allows people to understand the other people in their social world. It can obviously be flawed also. Even skilled observers might misperceive, misjudge, and reach to the wrong conclusions. Once we form a wrong impression, it is likely to persist for a longer period of time. At least 4 to 5 times, the same thing you will behave, or you will think in the same manner. Even if the target is a very good person, once you have given a wrong impression about the target, the next 4 to 5 times you will see him as a wrong person only. After that, yes, it might turn out. That is what is social perception. And this is one of the factors influencing perception. Next, we'll move on to factors in the target. The first one being novelty. How novel it is, how unique it is, or how different it is from the existing one. Then obviously people will get more attracted to that one. So this is how novelty is influencing the target. The next one being motion, or people give more attention to moving objects than the standing ones. This is one of the main thing, how a target is being easily perceived by the perceiver. Next one being sound. Any kind of speech, music, or any sound, this helps the perceiver to quickly perceive the target. You would have known about this BBC news channel, right? That was the first news channel which came out with background music and background sound. There was a huge backlash stating that the news channel cannot introduce a background music that would distract the listener. But that was not the case. Listeners were more interested. They were more happy with the background music. So this is one of the main factors in target. Next one being size. Smaller objects will not be noticed quickly, correct? Larger objects, on the contrary, will be noticed very quickly. The same applies to the target. The next one being background, or it is also called as figure ground. We can see two faces over here. Two faces facing each other. One over here and this one over here. That is because we see white has a background and we see black as a figure. Now in case we see in a different angle, if we see black has a background and white has a figure, here we can see one object over here, this white color. That is what it is. What is that you can see? What is that you are bringing as a background, and what is that you are bringing as a figure. Based on that, your perception do differs. The next one being proximity. It is nothing but the closeness. The entire group will be perceived as a single group with the single characteristics. That is what is proximity. Thank you all students. We'll meet in the next session. Have a great day.